This is not normal. What you're seeing and what you're reading really is happening. And it's hard because the president is often telling you that it isn't happening, but it is, and it's not normal. These attempted pipe bomb attacks, all the people who were targeted in these attacks, from the Obamas to the Clintons to George Soros and CNN, all have one thing in common. They're enemies of the right. From President Trump to Fox News, they are frequent targets of not only criticism, but often aggressive rhetoric.
Crooked Hillary Clinton.
Obama was a patsy for Russia. He was a total patsy.
No matter who sent those packages, there's no doubt that the president's violent words are out of control.
He is the founder of ISIS. He's the founder of ISIS.
And when something like this happens, an attempted act of terror that is targeting members of one major political party just days before an incredibly important election, the role of the president is to turn the temperature down. But we have a president who, since his presidential campaign first started, has been ratcheting it up. And this time is no different. Trump didn't even attempt to play nice the day of the attempted mail bomb attacks. He didn't address any of the targets by name when he talked about it, and in fact, he blamed the media for, quote, endless hostility.
The media also has a responsibility to set a civil tone and to stop the endless hostility and constant negative and oftentimes false attacks and stories. Have to do it.
But let's back up and look at the record of hostility.
Maxine Waters, a very low IQ individual. I called the fake news the enemy of the people, and they are. They are the enemy of the people. I had heard that he body slammed a reporter. Any guy that can do a body slam, he's my kind.
Those last comments, praising physical violence against a journalist, came just days before the mail bombs were discovered, including one in the CNN mailroom. He has, in the past, said he would pay legal fees for people who punch protesters at his rallies. And when 5 people were fatally shot and killed at the Capitol Gazette in Maryland, Trump stopped calling journalists enemies of the people just long enough to offer his condolences and prayers. But then he went right back to it.
They are the fake, disgusting news.
This is, after all, the man who tweeted a gif of himself fake beating up CNN. Words matter. Language matters. There's a reason people are throwing around the phrase stochastic terrorism. Here's what it means. The use of mass public communication to publicly demonize an individual or group, which incites or inspires acts of terrorism which are statistically probable but happen seemingly at random. When we think about the ugly and hostile political climate in this country, we have to look at who's stoking the fire and who, if anyone, is doing their best to calm it. Notably, this is not the first time people are invoking the phrase stochastic terrorism with Trump. Do you remember back in August 2016 when Trump suggested Second Amendment people could do something about Hillary Clinton? Probably not, because there have been 500 news cycles since then when Trump has said something aggressive against another opponent or another journalist. But that happened, and it continues to happen. These subtle hints and insinuations, and sometimes outright aggression. The majority Republican Congress that we have right now has shown that they're mostly unwilling to condemn Trump's behavior and language in any meaningful way, or challenge it with any meaningful legislation that might hinder him. But there's a very important election happening right now. Early voting has already started in a number of states, and November 6th is Election Day. Words matter, and so does your vote.